currently now I'm running a version of 3.41. However, there is a version of 3.5 that you can now download from www.blender.org. Today we want to look at how to create a model, and we are particularly looking at how you can utilize an object, a 3D object, and you can transform it into something that is vivid. So click at this camera. I just want the camera out of the way, and I also want this light out of the way. So I'm pressing the shift key and I'm pressing that light source plus the camera. I'm pressing the X to delete. Okay, so that I'm left with this one cube. So click at this and then you can select the cube, and then you can move it up. Then you can as well utilize the numerical pad, the number pad on your computer. Press number 1. Alternatively, you can select to go to this view option and then select view point, and then I want to switch to the front. That's why it's number pad 1. Okay, so if I want to view it from the right, I say number pad 3. Then the top is number pad 7. So I have my, let me just zoom it in. I'm scrolling to zoom in. So I have my cube like that, and I just want to scale it in the Z-axis. So I'm clicking at scale. Okay, and then I scale it, pull the holders to scale in the Z-axis. I have something like that. Then I want to scale it in the X-axis. Okay, and preferably I also need to scale it in the Y-axis. Okay, so as long as you have something like that, now I just need to make sure that I switch to the edit mode. Click at the object mode up there, and then select object. From object mode to edit mode, or you press the tab key on your keyboard so that you switch to the edit mode. So in the edit mode, we are interested in subdividing this. We are basically going to subdivide it into four portions. So I'm basically going to subdivide using you can choose to subdivide, okay, or you can choose to use the extrude, or both can bring the right results that we want to use. So I'm going to subdivide. I'm pressing Ctrl R to subdivide. Okay, so I'm pressing kind of like loop cuts. So Ctrl R places loop cuts, and then I'm moving my mouse to the edge. Once your mouse is at the edge, then you scroll once, okay, so that you subdivide, then click once, then click twice the second time. Otherwise, when you move your mouse without clicking the second time, it's basically going to move these sides. So I just want to subdivide it like that, and then I'm interested in moving these edges. Okay, so the edges, click on the edge. So I want the edge to be able to cut and select the entire edge, then move it to the side. So I'm pressing Alt, then I press the edge again, so that it kind of selects the entire edge up to the end, and then I move the edge to the left side. Do the same with this. Click and then press the Alt key, and then click at the edge again, so that it selects the entire edge all through, and then move it to the right side. Okay, so there we are. Have a nice clean cut, and then we're going to cut again once. Ctrl R, then move it to the sides to touch the edges. So click once, scroll, and then click once. So this time around, you just click again, and then you can decide not to move individual loop cuts, but you can just select to scale these loop cuts in the x-axis. Okay, so S in the x-axis, and then move your mouse out so that it evenly selects all moves, and you get the right positions that you want to get there. Then click. So I want to be able to do the same thing with this. Okay, so all I need to do is to press a loop cut again, Control R, then move it. This time around I want to touch this to move it along that. So I'm moving it next to that, and then I scroll once again, click once, and then I want to be able to move it or to scale it. We realize that when I move my mouse, it is moving it. Okay, so I just want to move it in this axis, the y-axis. So scale Y, SY, and then move my mouse out so that I have a clean cut like that. Do the same, Control R, then move it down, click, scroll once, oops, Control Z, Control R, just doing it again. So scroll and then click. Okay, click again, then zoom. You just scale in the y-axis. So scale SY, then move it out like that. Okay, so there I have my nice clean lamina, or something like a flat surface. Okay, so I just want to be able to move these. I'm selecting the face. I just want to ensure that I pull out. I'm using my my mouse to kind of get to the bottom, and then I just want to click. Let me just make sure that it is visible at the. I'm right at its bottom, so I just want to pull out these edges. So this face plus that face. So I'm pressing the Shift key. So I'm pressing that, and then that Shift key. Don't release it. So I go on clicking at individual faces that I want to pull out. Okay, and then I'm going to use a tool called Extrude. This is a tool that I want to use. However, you can as well press E. I'm going to press E on my keyboard once, then move my mouse outwards. Okay, there, up to that point, slightly out. Then I intend to, this time around, select only the corners. So I click at the corner, press the Shift, click at another corner, and another corner, and then move it out. Extrude, E to extrude, and then move your mouse out. Okay, so I can move it out up to that point. So I have a nice clean table. You can switch from the edit mode to the object mode, and then click at the object. So you basically have a nice clean table from just a basic cube. So when I press that, you should be able to have that table, and I can place it on top of that line. I make sure that I click at the move tool, and I move it in the Z axis. So I want it to be having some ground. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add under the mesh. Then I just want a flat plane. This flat plane, I want it to be zoomed out or to be scaled out. So I'm pressing S to scale, and then I move my mouse outwards. You can choose to use just figures and press S, then 10, so that it is scaled outwards. So my table is resting on top of my my surface. So there we are. Okay, so that is the easiest way, one of the easiest ways that you can model some object out of just a cube. We have modeled using just two tools. One was a loop cut. You press Ctrl R and then you move your mouse. Okay, it will help you to cut, to have loop cuts. And then you can as well use the extrude to pull out the edges. Let's save our work as file and then save as. File, save as. Then I just need to know where I want to save. Let me save it somewhere. That is Blender project. And I just want to save it as a table. And then click save. It will save it as table.blend. So click at save, and you'll realize that it will tell you Blender has saved down there. So that is the model, and you can as well export if you feel like modeling and you want to export it as a model, an embedded model. Click at that and you can click at export. Then you can select which kind of file format you would love to take when you're exporting. So for now, please subscribe to the channel and then click on the notification button so that every time when I add a video, you can still get what you need to get, and you can get notifications out of that.